So I'm gonna have a free house if you wanna have a sleepover.
Sleepover?
You've had sex before, right?
Once upon a time in PHC, a married couple gave birth to the cute-ass kid. Destined to preach the hand of God was upon him. But the road ahead of him wasn't easy until he found Christ, whose yoke is easy. Now everything is easy peasy weezy for cheesy. Really easy picking cheese mixed with joyful living. When you give your life to Christ, life is sweet and creamy. Yum yum, tastes like heaven on a bed of roses. Come, I see some say that's not the way it is. But you don't know the power Jesus gives. You carry your cross after the cross with power he gives thee. Power that exceeds the wildest dreams and fantasies of Samson. Yep, the power of the Spirit. Problem is you don't know the power given to thee or how to use it, so I'm here to teach thee.
And are you sexually active now?
I do sexual things, but not like yet.
Okay, then you are in fact sexually active.
Cool.
He's had his eyes on you since the first day you moved here.
My name is Adam.
Nice to meet you, Adam. He seems adorable.
So I'm gonna have a free house if you wanna have a sleepover.
Sleepover?
You've had sex before, right?
It's like not really.
So they just basically the typical promotion of promiscuity that we see that the world likes to push, and that's just what I see is going on so far.
That big of a deal. It's just like D and V. Oh. Are you on birth control?
No.
Let's fix that.
Now then, what's the date of your last period?
I haven't gotten it
I
yet.
see that promoting a lot of worldly ideas and ideologies with regards to sex and dating, and that is one thing that the world always does. And this is why it's important for Christians and pastors to be the ones who lead the church to preach on sex, relationships, dating, and talk about it. And this is why I emphasize us Christians making the movies, the entertainment, the music, the video games, because all these things have messages, and these are the messages that end up shaping society and the kids in the future, as well as the kids that your Christian kids are going to be dealing with as grown-ups and even are dealing with now in the school systems. So we see a war and a battle of ideologies. A lot of people are not aware of this ideological war. But there is an ideological war that has always been on. You see, like, for example, even with the issue right now with Israel and Hamas and Gaza, that is an ideological war. You can see how all the Muslims banded together to support Gaza, and Hamas specifically. You see what that is. You can see everywhere, with the LGBT, them pushing their ideology. So there's an ideological war going on. And interestingly, we Christians, we have been given a mandate to preach the gospel to the whole world. That is an ideology. We have been given a mandate that our ideology is the light of the world. We have to push it. We have to spread it. But so many people have not taken that seriously, and we are seeing the consequence of that. And we have also seen, even with the Israel situation, that our way is the truth, especially when you look at the prophecies that are being fulfilled and have been fulfilled. No other ideology has prophecies that have been fulfilled that link through human history, that has a Genesis to Revelation situation going on, that has a beginning of the world, how the earth started, to how things are going to turn out in the end. No other ideology has that and can stand the test of time as the Bible has.
I'm just starting to wonder, do you want to go see a gynecologist?
I'm sure it's fine. Mom!
Lindy appears to have MRKH syndrome.
What is that?
It's a congenital disorder resulting in Lindy being born without a uterus, cervix, or vaginal canal.
But the vagina really is just an amazing muscle. You're just going to have to stretch it out. Start off with this little fella, and then you work your way up sort of to this guy. That's the dream there.
OMW.
Just think of this like vagina boot camp.
What do we have here? Are these butt plugs? OMW.
We can see what they are doing. They are bringing a medical aspect to it, and of course this fits into the gender dysphoria and gender identity programming and all that nonsense that they are pushing on to people. This is unfortunate, and this is what is pervasive. They have flooded people with it in the school systems, in the educational systems. So kids grow up thinking that this is the real, and that their parents are old school, their parents are racist, or their parents are colonists, or their parents' ideology is wrong. It is the ideology of the teacher that is passed down from the school board, that is sponsored by the Klaus Schwabs and the George Soroses of the world. That ideology is what is truth to them. It's what they learn to embrace as truth and what they push. And it's unfortunate. It's also creating a lot of division between children and parents when it comes to ideology. But some parents are too blind to see. Some parents don't spend enough time with their kids to see how the school systems and what their kids are learning in school is driving them away from the home family values that the parents have.
To you, good at what I do. OMW.
I'm Jax, and I'm intersex. To own who you are is up to you. No one should ever make you feel ashamed of that.
So when I saw that situation with the so-called rare medical condition and all the medicalization of who doesn't have this and has to do this and has to use this toy and all of that, and making a medical situation out of it. I knew that, of course, they are going to push heavy with the gender ideology nonsense. So you have to understand that this is a serious situation. We as Christians, we must tell our stories, we must make movies. It is not just a matter of just having Christian movies exist, but it's now a matter of survival. It's a matter of survival at this point.
Oh, and I get mad dates too, so don't worry about that.
I just want you to feel like a normal teenage girl.
I'm not normal. Stop trying to fix everything. I'm pissed and sad I can't have a kid.
You can see also the disrespect between parent and child. The culture and the normalization of, especially with white kids, it started there, but now it's now all over America. African Americans don't really have that history of children talking back to parents or children shouting at parents or calling their parents by their first name, but the disrespecting of parents and elders is normalized. And keep in mind that the first commandment with promise, is honor your father and mother so that your days will be long. It's not negotiable. It doesn't matter who your father and mother are. If they like, let them be serial killers. If they like, let them be the most wicked, evil people. If they like, let them be Osama bin Laden and Adolf Hitler. Honor your father and mother so that your days may be long. Now, I'm not saying you should join them in doing whatever evil they want to do, but you have to honor them. You cannot disrespect them. You cannot insult them. Life is spiritual, so you have to understand this. But America pushes this culture of parents don't understand, of, the child knows better than the parents. There's always, every movie you see, there's no movie that, a lot of the movies you see, and it goes increasingly, when you move towards the newer movies, you will see the friction of understanding between the parent and the child. And you could see that we're starting with sitcoms and the promotion of the dysfunctional family. All the cast have to have dysfunctional family. Why? Why are you promoting and putting that image out there? The image that you put out there that people see is what people become. People become over time what they keep looking at, because they soon start seeing themselves in it. There's a reason why African American culture in America has a lot of gangsters, a lot of criminology in it. You see, even a kid that grows up in a good, wealthy neighborhood, after he graduates or whatever from school, he wants to make gangster rap music, and he's talking about selling drugs. When did he sell drugs? He's talking about the ghetto and poverty. Which ghetto? He grew up in a nice, comfortable neighborhood. We see that's going on, but that is the image that they promote. You can see Kai Cenat promoting and glamorizing prison. This is somebody that is a wealthy streamer. But he has to create a mock version of prison because that is the image they want to push out there. When they put that image, look at the image of the African American woman, always a slut or a prostitute. When they promote that, that is what is going to be produced. If they put images of inventors, images of thinkers, that is what will be produced. Show me who you admire, and you are showing me who you will most likely be in the future. There is a reason why they want you can change a population by making their heroes a certain way. If you make their heroes criminals, that is going to be a population of criminals. When a group has heroes that are criminals, that is who they are going to be. If they have heroes that are true heroes, that is who they are going to be. Back in the day, in white America, they made heroes out of men who served in the military. So many kids grew up wanting, especially male kids, they grew up wanting to serve in the military. That was a way of programming them. Oh, this is honorable behavior. Oh, this is what you should do. This is what will bring you honor. But when you start honoring thugs and thug life people, that is what people will aspire to. Because people want to be admired, people want to be reverenced. So when you are rewarding bad behavior, what you will see in society is more bad behavior. When you are making heroes out of people with terrible characteristics, that is what you will produce. And all of that is intentional. So you have to understand all what this is and what these movies are doing. It is unfortunate, which is why I keep emphasizing the importance of us Christians. We need to own the media, take over all the news media, all the entertainment media. When anyone looks, let all the entertainment media be Christian. Some of you may listen and say, why is he talking like this? Look, that is the way the world thinks. That is the way the LGBT clearly thinks. They put themselves in everything and they make it clear, and they are writing all kinds of letters and going full force and making Disney's and all the other companies make promises that 60% of our characters will be gay, they will represent this, they will have diversity inclusion. I mean, look at words like sustainability. Every company has that word sustainability. What does sustainability come from? It comes from the World Economic Forum and represents all this global warming and all of that. But it is all about controlling and conforming to a one uniform, one world order system of running systems. And that is what all companies are conforming to. So keep in mind that this devil and his kids, on different level and in different camps, are doing everything to infiltrate everything, to make sure that their signature and their way of doing things is how things are done everywhere. So we as Christians, we must go beyond just planting churches, and people coming to our churches and then going back out into the world. We must own the radio stations. We must own the businesses, the companies, the cars, the systems all around, every single thing, and it is not about power. Keep in mind that if you are looking at it as, this guy that is talking must be interested in money, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. The Bible already has it written, all things are yours. So all things are mine already. All things are the Christians. So all of that is irrelevant. We must do what we have to do to go forward. The church without money is going to be slaves of the world. That is something you must understand. So the church must have money, and we must use our money for propagating the kingdom. Otherwise, the money will be in the hands of the kingdom of darkness and Satan's children, and they'll use it to propagate their own kingdom and cause a lot of death in the world like we see already.
I'm pissed I can't complain about my period.
Being 16 is just bloody hell, isn't it?
Well, I'm gonna let you unpack all of that.
So, in any case, make sure you check out Alfred.vip for more reviews. And if you'd like to be a part of, taking over the entertainment space, whether you want to start your own Christian entertainment company, or you want to work with us, reach out to us. I've always said, if you're a church, if you are, or you have an organization, a non-profit, start a for-profit organization, a conglomerate for a church, for example. Let's say the name of your church is Mount Zion Ministries. Let your choir have its own record label. Let it be its own record label, Mount Zion Records. Let the choir release its own albums quarterly or monthly or yearly, whatever. Also give individuals in the choir record deals, or publishing, deals, so that their music can be distributed in the church systems of churches all around the world, a network of churches, because that in itself is something powerful. Those are cinemas also. When you calculate the number of churches all around the world, then you calculate the number of cinemas all around the world. We can have movie nights in churches, which will also be a way to get extra funding in churches, and as well as get new people into the church, and also spread the gospel in entertainment. So on movie night, people pay to buy a ticket to get into the church, and they watch a Christian movie that is released just the same way the world release stuff in theater, release stuff through networks of different churches. So we can do that, and we can. Your church has its own movie company based from its drama department. So let's say the name of the church is Mount Zion Ministries. It can be Mount Zion Movies or Mount Zion Pictures for the movie company. So that'll be a for profits, and you are reaching the world that way. You're preaching, the gospel that way. It's very important. You can start with, from the drama department, making short TikToks or short skits, like the ones Lele Pons used to make, and all that kind of stuff. They make it Christian, and then put the ad for the church and the location of where people will find the church, at the end of each skit. So this is this modern world, and you have to reach out to this new generation, this TikTok generation, So also video games, comic books, get people from inside the church, Mount Zion comics, Mount Zion games, a lot of people play casual games on their Android, on their iPhones, so it's easy to build these things and get it done, and it will also create extra funding for the church, so you do not depend on offerings to keep the engine of the church running. So this will also present some income. You can even go further to consider renting out some space around, so that you can get or just buy some extra land, or attach a restaurant to the as well as a bookshop to your church, so that those kinds of things will be funding the church, and you don't need to be entrapped by offerings and having to preach sermons with the goal of increasing offerings just to get the church to run. But you can focus on preaching the truth, not letting what people will think about what you say, how it's going to affect your offering, how what you're about to say is going to affect your offering that you receive, influence the message that you are preaching. So that being said, remember to check out AskAlfred.vip for more. Thank you, and God bless you.
Say this prayer audibly if you have not given your heart to Jesus Christ. Dear God, I believe in my heart that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, came, died, and was raised from the dead to save me. I confess Him, Lord, over my life, and ask You to give me Your Holy Spirit to live within me. I receive Your Spirit by faith, and thank You for I am now born again. In Jesus' name, amen. If you just prayed that prayer, congratulations, you're now a Christian. Go to Alfred.vip and get resources that will help you with your work with God.